Hello and welcome back to Lorfen Gaming Plays Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm your host Lorfen. In this Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video guide, I'll show everybody on how to defeat the Path of Legends final boss. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video guides like this. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so be update and much more. Now, please note this is a level 58 to 63 encounter. If you're around those levels, you'll do fine, except for the level 63. I do advise being at least 64 to 65 to choose this encounter. Now, there's a variety of Pokemon. Now, before I actually go ahead and do that, I'm going to go ahead and go with the spoiler alert. So here we go. Even though I did get rid of the cutscenes for this last part of the Path of Legends, however, you go beyond this point, you'll get spoiled. Now, beyond this point, I will reveal who you get to face. So if you do not want to get spoiled, simply go ahead and play the Path of Legends, do all the battles there. After that, come back here. So this way you get the lowdown on how to defeat the final boss. Otherwise, you go ahead and watch beyond this point, you will get spoiled. And it's not my fault because I already did put the warning there. So I'm going to leave this for a few more seconds. Then I'm going to go ahead and reveal who you get to face. First, we're about to face against is Arven. Yep, that's right, your buddy during the Path of Legends. He wants to test you. He has a total of 6 Pokemon, and I'm going to go over the first one. This one will always come out first. This is level 58 Greedent. This is a normal type Pokemon, and that means one thing and one thing only. Normal types, they have nothing strong against. However, they're weak against fighting type. So I'll show the Pokemon in greater detail on which one you should use against it. Let's go over the second Pokemon, shall we? Your second, third, fourth, or sometimes fifth opponent you'll face is Garganacl. Now this is a pure rock type Pokemon. So that means one thing, do not bring bug, fire, flying, or ice, it'll get annihilated. Now do bring fighting, grass, ground, steel, and water. You bring any of those, this Pokemon will fall into pieces. So let's go over the next one. Next up on the list is Toedscruel. This is a ground and grass type Pokemon. Now, since it's a grass type, it's strong against ground, rock, and water. Weak against bug, fire, flying, ice, and poison. Now, since it's also a ground type, is strong against electric, fire, poison, rock, and steel. Weak against grass, ice, and water. So guess which one I did use. I'll explain to that when we get to my team setup for now. So let's go over the fourth Pokemon we're about to face. Next up is Scovillain. This is a grass and fire type Pokemon. Now this will come either second, third, fourth, or definitely fifth. Sometimes fourth and fifth. It switches around depending on when you're battling it. Now this is a grass and fire type. So grass types are strong against ground, rock, and water. However, it's weak against bug, fire, flying, ice, and poison. Now, for the fire type, it's strong against bug, grass, ice, and steel. Weak against ground, rock, and, of course, water. I use a different method. I'll explain when I select my team. So let's go over the fifth Pokemon, shall we? For this next Pokemon is Cloyster. This could appear either usually fourth and fifth, sometimes second and third. Now, please note this is a water and ice type Pokemon. Now, water types, they are strong against fire, ground, and rock. Weak against electric and grass. As for ice types, they're strong against dragon, flying, grass, and ground. Weak against fighting, fire, rock, and steel. Now, this one wasn't bad at all because I basically one-shot it with my fire type Pokemon, as you see throughout the battle. So let's go over the last one. The number 6 one will be always the number 6 one, and it will be in its Tera form. So let's do it. Last but not least is Arven's Mabosstiff. This is a dark type Pokemon, however, it'll be in its Tera form as soon as this part of the battle starts out. So, dark type Pokemons are strong against Ghost and Psychic, don't do those two types. However, they're weak against Bug, Fairy, and Fighting types. I have a certain Pokemon that will use 2 out of the 3 weaknesses to annihilate this Pokemon with ease. That's about it for Arwen's Pokemon, so I'm going to go over my Pokemon team suggestions, and here we go. I'm going to go ahead and go over the Pokemon I'm about to use during this battle. Now, first one is Pawmoot. This is a electric fighting type. However, I'm facing off against a normal type, so I'm definitely using the fighting type. One move I'm using is Close Combat. If you did get it from the Team Stars course fighting boss, you'll be able to learn this ability with ease. It'll wreck everything big time. So yeah, you definitely want to use that. If you have more, of course, fighting moves, go ahead and use those too. For me, this was a definitely one-shot deal. Now, next one I have set up is my Ice-type Pokemon, which is Excalibur. Now, the Ice-type I'm going to go ahead and use against is, of course, the Toedscruel, or it's a Toedscruel. This is a ground grass type Pokemon about to face. I'm using Ice Shard and Icicle Crash. I used Icicle Crash, it did a lot more damage and did well. Next up is Garchomp. This is a ground type Pokemon, even though it's a dragon type too. I'm using it against Arven's rock type. Yeah, you see rock types are weak against ground type, and you get to the one shot. Dig is good, however, it takes too long because you got to go under and then pop up, do a lot of damage to one shot. Earthquake, instant one shot there. Abuse this like crazy if you get it. Somewhere in the desert, if you defeat the trainers, you get the TM to learn it. Now, the next one is Gyarados. You're asking, why is that, Fenton? Well, here's the deal. I'm about to face off against a grass/fire type. I decided to go that route since those are its two weaknesses. So, Gyarados, I use Waterfall. Took 2 hits on that, but you know what? I won the battle. Now, next up is my, of course, Firestar in final form, which is, of course, Skeledridge. This is a fire and ghost type Pokemon. Now, I had a tough time picking on which one I wanted for the water and ice type. I decided I went the ice path against Cloyster. I one-shotted the sucker, so I had 2 good fire attacks ready for that. Last but not leastly, my ringer, Tinkaton. This is a fairy and steel type Pokemon. Now, here's the deal. Not only I have fairy type and steel type, also I do have fighting moves. So you see, dark type Pokemon are weak against fairy and fighting. And then you can use Rock Smash to one shot, or better yet, play rough to seal the battle, and then this way you win the day. That's about it from my Pokemon team suggestions, so I'm going to let the battle go on. I'll be back for some final advice. Upon defeating Arven's Pokemon team of 6, you will actually complete the Path of Legends. And that's about it for this part of the story in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So my final advice is very simple. Go ahead and use your counters like I did. And if you do it well, you'll one-shot most of them. There might be one or two you'll two-shot, but don't panic at all. You have the edge in this fight if you pick the right type of Pokemon like I did. This is it from my Pokemon Scarlet and Violet How to Defeat the Path of Legends Final Boss Video Guide. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thanks for watching and have a great day or night, and do please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet guides just like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestion on the bottom left hand corner. Have a wonderful day or night and do enjoy the view.